Hello! Today's video is an update on my journey through stick control. I'm currently on page 15 in the book and I'm finishing up the first short roll section. So I just wanted to capture some of the learnings I've had and the thoughts I've been having before moving on to the flam section. You may have noticed that during the introduction I played the snare drum with 3 different grips. My normal gig is playing in a very loud rock and roll band, so the most comfortable and natural grip for me is the American grip, which is sort of halfway in between a French grip and a German grip. Also, many years ago, I did spend some time trying to learn to play the traditional grip. And while I'm glad that I spent the time to do that, it still is my weakest grip, and I just can't get the same amount of power that I can get with the American grip. The things that I'm saying here about grip are based on what I've found is most comfortable for me. You should use whatever grip is most comfortable for you in any given situation. When I got to the close roll section on page 12 of stick control, I found myself moving to the German grip because with the German grip I find it that, that's the easiest grip for me to achieve a buzz roll.
When I first started playing exercises like this on page 12, I could really feel it in my muscles because I'm not used to playing in the purely German grip. In this section, I use the German grip to get the buzz roll, but for the triplets, I come back to a more American grip so that I can use my fingers.
The more that I learn and the older that I get, it becomes more and more evident that the most important thing is to be as relaxed as possible and as comfortable as possible no matter what grip you choose to use. Over the past year or so, I've been much more intentional about doing warm-ups and also stretching. I've found that the warm-ups in Steve Gadd's latest book, Gaddiments, are really good. So those warm-ups go like this.
This first section of the warm-up consists of a double stroke roll, going into a single stroke roll, and then going into regular paradiddles. In this next section, the second half of the paradiddle is replaced with a flam tap.
As far as stretching goes, I've been using a series of stretches from Bob Anderson's stretching book, and those go like this. So basically you start out with holding your hands way out, stretching them out, then you kind of claw them in like this, then you do twice where you're stretching the bottom of your forearm, and you do the opposite, which is kind of the top of your forearm. Then you go through all the fingers. I won't go through all the fingers, but I'll do one hand. So you go all the fingers, and then you do a quick pull, like 3-second pull on each finger. Shake everything out. Then you do a stretch like this. And turn it down like that. Do one like that, sort of the inside of the forearms, and then the normal one that I've always used, using the sticks, you know, and to get the wrists a little bit stretched out. So that's kind of what I do for stretching. So as far as speed goes, in this short roll section that I've been going through in stick control, I have been ratcheting up the metronome every day as usual, but I haven't been really pushing to try and get to the maximum speed. I tend to start a little bit slower, and I'm really trying to get everything accurate and clean, right? So I want to get in particular the doubles. I want to be able to play the doubles in a very articulate way and to be able to play them louder. Over the years, I've found that when playing singles versus doubles, they don't always work out the same way depending on how drums are tuned, etc. So I'm really trying to get everything clean and clear as I've been going through in the past several weeks. So here I am at my big drums, and these are tuned rather low at the moment, and because of that, it takes quite a bit of energy to get a good sound out of them. So the most obvious exercise I thought of at first, using stick control page 13, is this. And these drums, because they're tuned low, doubles don't really work very well on these toms. You know, it's just not the same as like you can get with singles. When I'm back on these drums, I don't have any problems doing doubles on the toms because these drums are tuned a bit higher, and also there's less of a reach problem because they're smaller. Well, I typically don't play doubles on the toms of this drum set when it's tuned so low. I may do an exercise like this, that just to practice maneuvering around the drum set. So one nice thing about doubles is they can reduce the need for motion around the drum set. So I could take the previous thing that I was trying to play and play it with doubles like this. So here's another right-handed pattern that uses doubles. So you may have noticed that when I played that last exercise, I had to reach with my left hand way over to this floor tom on the right. An easier way to do that is if I just change the lead to a left-handed lead, I don't have to reach as far. So it would be like this. So I guess there are a few different ideas that I've covered in my update today on stick control. The first one is that no matter which grip you choose to use in playing the drums, you should always be sure that you're relaxed and comfortable when you're playing. And it's also a good idea to do warm-ups and stretch so that you don't hurt yourself. This is a long game and it takes time to build chops, and you just have to be patient with it as you go forward. The second thing is, as I've gone through stick control, there are just so many different stickings, and there are numerous ways to apply those different stickings to the drum set. The key thing that you have to set as an expectation for yourself, however, is that there will be additional work in terms of motions and other things to get all this stuff going on the drum set. And then finally, one of the benefits I've really been discovering on the drum set, and I tried to demonstrate today, is that all these different stickings get pounded into your muscle memory and your brain week after week. And the nice thing about that is those stickings now become available to you as you're solving practical problems of how to execute an idea on the drum set. So that's my update for today. Like I've said all along, this is a journey for me, and if you've made it this far, I want to thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much.